Kamehameha move. Let's get our block big for reference, so we can reference the size of this guy. Yeah, so this is our dummy right here. So yeah, let's get our spear right here. This is going to be the start of our Dragon Ball. So let's see. Let's pick the size on this thing. So I really want to implement this. So I'm in the models tab. I'm going to change the move. I will click on make this equal to true, and then 0.1 start. So I'm just now going to shrink this. Let's make it that big. And of course, I'm also going to center this in front of this dummy. Control C and oops. So yeah, I positioned it. Now I will move this a little bit forward. I will make the animations in another video, but for now let's do this. So let's make our main part. So this is going to be the start part. So let's make sure anchor is equal to false. I'm modeling the Kamehameha right now. So it's going to be neon, and since normally in the show it is seen as blue, well 10 times Kamehameha, it's not really blue, it's kind of red, but for now let's say it's blue. So now, yes, I am aware it is blue, so just trust me on this, but leave this part white. Leave this part white, okay? And call this the start ball. And then next thing we want to do is Control D. Oh yeah, one more thing before, just delete that before. Now, back on the start ball, make sure you scroll down, can collider is set to false, and maskless is set to true. And now, Control D again. So we got 2, so we call this the line, and we'll make this a cylinder. Now, of course, I'm going to click on Control R, this will rotate it. By the way, this direction right here is forward. So yeah. Now the next thing we want to do is, well, let's make this really small. Oh well, not really like that. We'll shrink it down a little bit, just a tiny bit, and then actually make it this small. This is going to make it easier to tween this ball. Now the next thing we want to do is, of course, duplicate this end ball. Call this the end ball. Duplicate this ball, and there's our ball right there. Now here's where we're gonna make also this extra effect. Control D, and we'll make this bigger, and we'll change the color to a brighter blue. We'll call this the extra part, and this is going to be transparency set to 0.5. You see that? That effect really looks cool. That's why. Now we're going to also duplicate this 2 times. This extra thing 2 times, and drag both of these extra things into the start ball and the end ball. Now for the line, I know you can't see it, so I'm just going to move it. You don't really need to move it, but I'm just going to set my snap to grid move. I'm going to increment it to 10 so you can see this. So here, this is our ball. So here's what I'm going to do. 0.2. I'm going to duplicate this and then expand it. Oh yeah, and also hold Shift Control and then move pod. Move this pod, go down, and then turn it to blue, and then set the transparency to 0.5. There. This is what we are aiming for right here. Now, and the bluer line, we're going to make it call it extra. The extra, and then we're going to drag it into the line. Now, here's where we start doing the main parts. So here, make sure you drag the line back into place. Remember, put it back into place, and that's our beautiful ball. That's going to be our Kamehameha. Now let's actually add some. Let's make this look really good. Now we're gonna make this Kamehameha. So in the model, click on this plus, and if you see scripts, you have to just add a script. Add a script. Okay, there's our script. So we can call this the Kamehameha. And we'll call this the animate. So now let's start animating this thing. So our Kamehameha looks good. So for animate, oh wait, side. First we need tween serve this. So game. So we'll make our first variable, which is tween service. Game colon. Oops. Get service. Tween service. Now, what else we also need is to get our these three objects that we created right here, end ball, line, and start ball. We need to store them as a variable. So our start ball is going to be stored as a variable. Script.parent start ball. We'll do the same for end ball. Script.parent.end ball. And the most important one is the line. Script.parent.line. So yeah, that's our effect. That's what we are going to do. Now let's make our tween info. This is going to be our T info. So I'm gonna make our tween info a little bit quite simple and basic. You can adjust it to your liking. Let's do 1.3, and then your easing style. Let's go enum.easingstyle.linear, and enum.easing direction in out, and repeat count is equal to 0. Reverse shall be false, and our delay shall be 0. So this is a pretty basic one. You can adjust this to your liking, like maybe you can change the easing style and easing direction. But this is our tween info. Now the next thing we want to do is our properties. Now this is going to be our line properties, and it will be a table. So this is our line properties. We're talking about this line. So what's the first thing we should be working on? Well, it's the size. So size is equal to vector 3 dot new. Should be equal to vector 3 dot new. Now I'll add another variable, and this is going to be called local length. let's change it to 50. This is going to be the length of the Kamehameha, how long it's going to be. Well, that's the time. But yeah, let's do one thing. We also want to check this. We also need to copy this line right here. Copy the size of line, Control C right here on this line properties. Go back to animate and then Control V here. You see this 0.001 here. Replace this variable with length. And now the next thing is it's going to be semicolon and position. Now we're going to do a little bit of C-frame math, but don't be scared. This is actually quite simple. So start ball dot C-frame times C-frame dot new 0 0 0, and then it's going to be negative length divided by 2, and then yeah, that's basically it. Oh no, I forgot. I'm sorry. One more thing. Put this in brackets. Put this in brackets, and then next to this bracket, just add dot position. Now, the next thing we want to do is also for the end ball. We'll do the same for the end ball. Now it's going to be called end ball prop t's is equal to this. Now it's actually going to be really similar, but actually it's really just copy this position thing here and just remove the divided by 2. That's our end ball properties. It's quite simple math, really. Now the next thing we're also going to do is, well, for our line, wait, sorry, we're also going to have to create the tween. Oh, and one more thing, we forgot about the extras right here. We should probably add a for the line. This is going to be the line extra. This only applies to this line ball extra, okay? Line extra. So line extra properties. Go to the line extra and copy this extra size. So you see the 2.5. I mean 2.158. Well, just copy the y and or z of the extra. So, and yeah, that's going to work. Now the next thing is, of course, we shall make the tween. So we'll call this the line tween, and it's going to be tween serve and colon create, and then we'll put out instance, which is obviously going to be the line, and then comma tween info. Wait, no, it's t info, sorry. T info. We're talking about this one right here. And yes, all these animations are sharing the same tween info, and it's for a good reason. They should all share the same tween info. Now, comma. We're also gonna have to put our property table, and for the line tween, we named it very directly. There's the line and the line. This is really the line tween should be right here. Line property, and we'll do another one, and this is going to be the line extra. Actually, let's go that. I didn't mean to put a capital X, but that works too. Line extra tween. Okay, I'm going to just follow along and then let's go. So this is going to be line dot extra, comma T info line properties extra properties, and then let's go one more time. And this is okay. Now on the end ball, so I'm going to go end ball tween and just follow along. I'm sure you already know by now. Colon create end ball T info and ball properties. Now we must not forget this and if you remember, end ball has an extra. We also need to do this thing. So there's also a reason why I actually never made a end ball extra, because it's really unnecessary. So you can just go end ball extra. Why do I keep adding capitals? Extra mean you can just put on end ball dot extra and it will still work. Now let's also add another variable so we don't lose track. Never mind it. I don't think this is necessary. But yeah. So line tween play. Do the thing with line extra and all these elements. Line extra tween play and ball tween play and ball tween extra tween play. Sorry for that massive keyboard smashing. So right here, our effect shall work. Now let's also add one more thing. We also want the animation to fade. So we're also gonna add a weight, and it's gonna be 1.3. Weight 1.3, and then we'll also make one for loop. The for loop is quite simple though. So basically, how this will work. Let's put end ball. So let's see how I can make this work. So I made a mistake right here. It's pretty simple to fix. Just end ball line and select all these. Control G, and then you got the pods. We'll call this the pods model. And then at end ball, just right here, just add dot pods. And yeah, I forgot to anticipate this, but yeah. Script.parents.pods dot and this all shall work. It's going to work now. And this we also want to add a fade. Now this video is getting quite long, so you can skip this part, but it's up to you. Works now. You can play the game and test to see if it works, but right now for our animate script, we're gonna make it disabled, and our primary part shall be the start ball.